The whole network of thieves is impacted by the recent breakthrough of the top tier of the shadowy criminal organization. The police have tapped and recorded every single chat these crooks have had with each other. The authorities have been systematically building this case while keeping an eye on their emails, texts, and phones. The whole paper trail of their activities, including all of their transactions, planning, and cover-ups, has been painstakingly located and made public by a law enforcement officer who is dedicated to upholding moral standards. For the divine feminine energy to behold, every single detail has been painstakingly documented and gathered into a safe container. Everyone is seeing the truth about this gang of robbers. All of the information they thought was hidden would be used against them in the most definitive way possible. The walls between justice and corruption will eventually come tumbling down, as is the case when they do. The universe's wheels have started turning, and all that has been done in the dark is ready to burst into the light. From the beginning of time, you have been chosen for this path of action. In the beginning, while the stars were still forming in the cosmos, your name was already written in the book of truth. Neither of these events is a coincidence or a random one. Destiny is playing out right in front of your eyes. Your foundation was never at all vulnerable to their attacks, not even for a split second from the start. The shield that's surrounding you was so impenetrable, so masterfully designed, so divinely created that the weapons of higher forces, old and strong beyond human knowledge, actually destroyed before they ever touched your electromagnetic aura. This happened when they were planning and conniving in darkened areas and having covert chats. Did it occur to you that, for some reason known only to you, their successive efforts to destroy you failed? What were the conditions that abruptly altered in a manner that was impossible to explain rationally? Why did the most devastating threats vanish as they were about to be finished? It was not a series of circumstances. It was not a matter of chance. Every danger that was hurled at you was met with perfect accuracy by the angelic shield that was activated around your existence. The people who have tried to imitate your abilities, to steal your essence, to replicate your spirit, have failed miserably. Nothing that comes from the source can be duplicated. Something that is really heavenly cannot be made. Their imitations have been exposed as hollow vessels that are trying to spread valuable water over the globe. Has it occurred to you that the negative energy they sent at you made you stronger? In what ways did you demonstrate skills you didn't know you had in order to overcome challenges that were meant to break you? This cosmic alchemy turns attacks into breakthroughs, poison into power, and injuries into knowledge. Only those who have been really chosen may undergo these changes. As they persisted in spreading their falsehoods, you remained silent. You maintained your dignity at the period when they were trying to ruin your reputation. While they were wreaking chaos, you remained calm. This restraint was an indication of wisdom rather than weakness. The universe was closely monitoring the incident, documenting it, and refining its response. This isn't just a donation. It's a declaration, a step toward who you were meant to be. If you sense the pull, the deep-seated knowing that you are chosen, now is your time. Click the Super Thank You button and donate $50 or more to unlock deeper insights, exclusive content, and a path that aligns with your divine purpose. Your journey begins now. The people who had banded together against you are now turning against each other because their chats reveal their true intentions. Their united front starts to disintegrate. They first pursued you because they were envious of you, and now they are envious of each other. They have created a poison that is now returning to its source. They are the source of their nightmares, but they can't sleep as the cosmic justice approaches. Their minds are racing with different exposure situations. They could experience physical repercussions from their actions. Their souls sense that the day of reckoning is approaching. It is an expression of universal law, not something that can be imagined. Everything you transmit is magnified and returned to you. Every correspondence that was sent with the intention of plotting against you has been preserved. All of the conversations that were intended to plan your destruction have been captured on tape. It is known that every effort has been made to change the truth. The paper trail is still on aircraft that they cannot access or erase, even if they think it has been eliminated. Some were driven by jealousy so intense that it warped their perception. Because they lacked the courage to speak out for what was right, others followed in their footsteps. Furthermore, some individuals engaged in the activity out of greed, hoping to get what was rightfully theirs. Right now, as their community of lies falls apart from within, they are all faced with the consequences of their choices. They had been accumulating information in silence because they felt that people in positions of power were being taken advantage of. They believed they were in charge of computer programs that were monitoring their every action. Their ship is still sinking, and the people they depended on are deserting them. It is no longer possible to hide from what one has knitted together. Because they are at the right place at the right time, a reliable authority figure is waiting and prepared to provide mountains of proof. This person has been ordained by God to uncover all that others have been trying to hide. Their uncompromising commitment to the truth makes it hard to bribe, intimidate, or influence them. Although they may have never seen you before, they know who you are. Write Amen for angelic protection and contribute with a super thank you up to $20. They cannot explain the rationale behind their feeling of duty to establish justice. Cosmic orchestration is the cause of all this. For whatever reason, documents that had been hidden have been found. Evidence that had been deleted has been recovered under unknown circumstances. Silenced witnesses have found their voices again for some reason that cannot be explained. For whatever reason, previously hidden paper traces are suddenly visible. The unfathomable becomes obvious when divine timing is engaged. There were some criminals who thought they might be protected by their technological knowledge. They trusted their encryptions, their systems, and the methods they used to hide information. They were unable to understand that technology could not override the truth. There is no firewall that can impede God's involvement. It is difficult to protect against cosmic justice with a password. They communicate in what they consider to be a safe setting. However, such communications may now be examined. The plans they produced, which presumed privacy, may now be used as evidence in court. They yelled the words, thinking no one else would hear them. However, those remarks are now echoing through the corridors of power. Nothing can be hidden once the moment has come for it to be revealed. Everything that is taken away from you will be redirected and returned to you twice. At last, resources are returning with interest. Opportunities that were previously restricted are now presenting themselves with more possibility. A deeper connection has made it possible for damaged relationships to heal. As a consequence, reputational assaults now have a more legitimate appearance. This might be regarded as the globally applicable law of compensation, which functions with perfect precision. Via honesty and truth, that which was stolen via deceit is returned. With the aid of supernatural intervention, what was stolen by deception is given back to its rightful owner. What jealousy had blocked is now back in place. The gang of robbers tried to build their base using different components that were stolen from your future. At this very moment, your structure is becoming stronger than ever while theirs is collapsing. The funds that are meant for your travel cannot be permanently redirected. Property that was purchased especially for you cannot be permanently possessed by others. Opportunities that are in line with your destiny cannot be permanently blocked. This is guaranteed by cosmic law, which redistributes what was unlawfully stolen. Have you found that exactly when you needed them, unforeseen resources started to come in? Is it feasible that enigmatic financial assistance may show up at pivotal times? How likely is it that unforeseen possibilities will materialize out of thin air? Before the significant repair is finished, there is still more work to be done. There will be no space for discussion about the force protecting your path after what follows. By being patient throughout this process, you are actively contributing to the timing of the universe, rather of just waiting. There were forces behind everything that was happening, even if it felt like you were doing nothing. The process has advanced more quickly because of your faith in this method. Justice that cannot be seen has come because of your faith in it. This isn't just a membership. It's your moment of alignment. Step into who you were born to be. Welcome to the chosen. If something in your spirit is stirring, don't ignore it. Tap join to gain access to exclusive content, prophetic insights, and a community of souls with a purpose. We are at a critical juncture in history when the forces of good and evil are fighting each other in the last battle. You may see this larger cosmic struggle reflected in your personal life. The things that happen in your life have significance that you cannot completely understand in regions that you cannot yet grasp. A precedent is set by the justice you get. This is why you were the object of such savage assaults. This gave the impression that the opposition was very well organized. This was the reason the challenges seemed so overwhelming. Your destiny has weight that goes beyond you, and those who function from darkness saw your light before you did. In actuality, the feeling of hurry coursing through your veins is activation rather than worry. The pressure you experience is preparedness rather than worry. The intensity you experience is a cleaning process rather than a kind of punishment. During this momentous period, your whole being is being calibrated for what is to come, for the mission for which you were created. The universe never makes a mistake in the decisions it makes. You were chosen because of something in your unique frequency pattern, unique soul blueprint, and unique energy signature that is exactly what is needed at this crucial time. The assaults that have been directed at you prove your importance. The pushback is what validates your importance. The community of thieves identified something deep and powerful about you, and you may still be learning some things about yourself. They could sense potential in you that you haven't fully realized yet. The power that you had not completely embraced worried them. They felt it, but you are still developing into your destiny. Because of their resistance, you were pushed to develop strength you may not have otherwise found, and to reach depths you might not have otherwise reached if you had not been under this strain. Their resistance turned into the unexpected driving force behind your progress. Their attacks were meant to accelerate you, a cosmic purpose they had no intention of accomplishing. Right now, you should be quite aware of what is expected of you. Remain true to yourself with unshakable determination. To make others feel more comfortable, you shouldn't dim your light. You shouldn't minimize your truth in order to make lying seem more comfortable. You should not reduce your expectations if you want to tolerate mediocrity. You provide the necessary pressure for change in the world around you with your unwavering presence. Being blessed by His grace, click Super Thank You and donate $20 to help spread His light. Your donation will sow seeds that will increase His kingdom. Be the blessing. Keep your focus focused. There will be more diversions as justice approaches. As the exposure period approaches, further attempts will be made to distract you. Your concentrated awareness accelerates the process of revelation. Whatever it is that you focus on consistently will become more manifest. Never lie without being absolutely certain of it. Your words have a vibrational impact that reverberates in new dimensions that you are not yet able to perceive, beyond the world of physical hearing. You have the ability to create strong channels for the physical reality you talk about to materialize truth. By speaking the truth, you guard against corruption, entering your reality, and preserve the integrity of your energy field. To share the love of the angels, write Amen and contribute up to $20 with a super thank you. The truth you declare out loud becomes the reality you experience when you decide to keep quiet instead of saying something that isn't true. When you make genuine claims, the cosmos responds with manifestations that confirm your spirit's spiritual power. Be ready for supernatural intervention. It is now possible to do what was before unimaginable. The delay is suddenly instantaneous, and what was once unlikely is now certain. Be sure your thinking is prepared for things that can't be described by conventional means. The future occurrences will not follow the usual trends or dates that may be expected. Do not forget to let go of your past. Releasing yourself from any emotional connection to wrongs done to you while maintaining full understanding of what happened is important. Forgiveness releases you from the energy connection with the one who has hurt you. Remembering stops patterns from happening again. Because of this comprehensive approach, you will continue to be both safe and free. Obtain what is yours legally. The divine design does not benefit from a phony feeling of humility. You should confidently embrace the healing process as it starts, knowing that it is the product of cosmic justice rather than human benevolence. The items that are returned to you are a kind of compensation that is owed to you, not a gift. Receiving with commitment is the way to honor the divine balance process. The system has documentation of each transaction. Every financial move has been documented by us. Every attempt to reroute resources has been carefully recorded. Each and every attempt to control systems has been preserved. The paper trail exists in several dimensions and is accessible to anyone with the power to reveal it. People who have fabricated papers are suddenly learning that their own documents are being used against them as proof. The people who fabricated documents are now conscious that their actions reveal their underlying guilt. The people who destroyed the evidence are just now realizing that their acts were documented. There is nothing that can escape the cosmic ledger, which meticulously documents every action. The reliable authority person seems to have been supernaturally guided to find exactly what was needed. Doors that should have been locked suddenly unlocked for no apparent reason. Files that should have stayed hidden suddenly appeared for no apparent reason. Those who should have said nothing talked in a way that was enigmatic. The inexplicable becomes a systematic procedure when the divine purpose is triggered.